Well, the HMS York is finished. It's finished as far as what I'm going to do to it. And you will notice that there is no rigging on it. I may do that sometime in the future, but that's a decision I'll make later on. My poor old fingers are old, and my eyes are old, and I'm just not as steady as I used to be. It was a pretty big deal just getting all these railings on, which I didn't do perfectly. If you look closely, you'll see that none of it is perfect. But, you know, I think it came out okay. There's a lot of work. This is a small model. Even though it's 1/350 scale, it is small. I thoroughly enjoyed building this. It's a really nice kit by Trumpeter. And you get two frets of photo etch with it. And yeah, it's a nice little kit. If you want to try and build a nice little 350 scale ship plastic model, then I recommend this. It's small enough to fit on your shelf easily, but it's not a 1/700 scale that makes it even smaller. Yes, you will use tweezers and super glue, and you'll wear your eyes out, but you just take your time and work on it a little bit at a time, and you will get it done. Now they include two of the seaplane aircraft, which I think they're Walrus, but there's only room on the catapult for one, and I don't see anywhere else where they would store a second one, unless it is stored somewhere on the back of the deck, but I don't think so. So I have an extra one left over, and I'm going to get the HMS Exeter in 1/350 scale and bring it down next to this one, and we'll look at them side by side as they are sister ships, and we will see what the differences are and the similarities. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, but here are the Royal Navy HMS Exeter in 1/350 scale, and right behind it is the HMS York in 1/350 scale. Now, first of all, let's look at the differences. Right away, you'll notice one big difference. One is the Exeter is just painted an overall gray with the hull red color, and it has came with decals for letters on the top of the turrets, EX, standing for Exeter. Some of the main differences, besides the painting scheme, is number one is the conning tower. You'll notice on the Exeter, the conning tower is more short and has kind of a medieval castle wall look to it. Whereas the York has a more, I don't know, layered, more, probably taller, layered conning tower. Then we come back and we look at the masts. The masts on the Exeter is a little bit different. It has a big basket built in it there for someone to be on lookout, whereas this kit of the York didn't come with that, just a plain looking mast. They seem to have the same amount of boats. They have the same crane on the side of the ship. The other big difference is the funnels. On the Exeter, the funnels are vertical, straight up and down, as you can see there. And you go over here to the York, and they have a backward slant to them. The other big difference right behind the funnels are the catapults. The Exeter has 2 catapults, whereas the York has 1. Then you come back to the back, or the aft superstructure, and there's a little bit of difference in the shape, perhaps the size of it. Here is the Exeter, and here is the York. The stern of the ship is pretty much the same. The entire hull section of these 2 ships are identical. The anchors are identical. The guns are identical. The York was harder to build in the sense that there was a lot more painting involved with this camouflage dazzle pattern on it. That took a lot of time. I used wooden decks on both of them. There's the Exeter's wooden deck, and here is the York's wooden deck. On the Exeter, I put rigging on it, and on the York I did not, which I might do later. I do have another walrus plane I may put on here.